Welcome back, everybody. It's your man Oskino with Don. Please hit that subscribe and like button and drop a comment below. So today I just want to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, I know it's very early in the season still, but there's already some concerns for me, just coming from a basketball standpoint and knowing the game as well as I do. The Los Angeles Lakers most likely will not win a championship this year. Yes, I'm already saying this after 4 games. As a matter of fact, even before the season started, one of the main components as to why the Los Angeles Lakers will not win the championship this year starts with their head coach. Now, if y'all forgot, I will remind you. Darvin Ham said that he wanted to see Anthony Davis take 6 3-point shots per game. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, all right, man, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. They need to get him fired ASAP. First of all, Anthony Davis, not a great 3-point shooter. And if you want to get the best out of Anthony Davis, you need to help him exploit the mismatches. So far, we've already seen him disappear in the second half in a game. And it's only been 4 games. So, yes, we see the patterns. This happened last year in the playoffs. Now, I know everybody wants to say, oh, what about LeBron? I'm going to get to LeBron in a second. But Anthony Davis, who's supposed to be the best player on the team, only shows up half the time. It's like he has no motor. His motor runs out. He runs out of energy so fast. And it's depending on who the opponent is, then he may have energy for the full game. Coach is putting him in a position to fail, in my opinion. Even against the Sacramento Kings, a game that they should have won, but they lost. I seen, especially down the stretch, Anthony Davis standing at the 3-point line while Harrison Barnes was guarding him. Man, if you don't get your tall, lanky self down in the post and get them easy baskets and stay down low so you can give yourself and your team some second chance points, opportunities, get some offensive rebounds. Because the man in one game this year had 1 rebound and a half. That's unacceptable. You a max player, got the most money max extension. Matter of fact, the same amount of max extension money that Giannis Antetokounmpo got. Now, these are people that you should be getting compared to, especially when you're getting paid just like they are. So, Anthony Davis, what's it going to be, man? Are you going to be the inconsistent Anthony Davis that we've come to know over the last several years? Or are you going to step up, take responsibility, and continue to get better? And what I mean by better is to have more consistency. It's unacceptable, man. I mean, Laker fan or not, bro, everybody knows you to be inconsistent now over these last few years. And you always get hurt as well. So, we expect you to miss some games this year. Could have started 1-3. You got lucky that y'all beat the Magic last night. Who, I mean, if you're trying to win a championship, that's a team that you should absolutely destroy. It shouldn't even be a close game. Matter of fact, by the fourth quarter, you and LeBron should be sitting out because you handle business through the first 3 quarters. But that doesn't happen because there's a lot of lapse in defense. Anthony Davis gets caught lacking. It's like he can't keep his eye on his assignment when it comes to staying locked in defensively, let alone offensively. So there's a lot of problems going on with the Lakers already, and it's still only early in the season. So those are just one of the things that I need to mention. Now, as far as LeBron goes, I don't expect him to be the best player on the team, but he has a lot of unforced turnovers. He's averaging 4.5 turnovers through 4 games this season. And in the last 3 games, 21 assists to 18 turnovers. That is absolutely terrible. There's no excuse. I mean, for someone who people claim to have the highest IQ in the NBA history ever, my man, you do a lot of turning over. And these are unforced turnovers. A lot of these unforced turnovers, if you don't turn the ball over, you're giving your team more opportunities to actually get buckets and to extend the lead that you might have. But that's where the fatigue comes in and the old age comes in. So, LeBron may be very physically fit, but sometimes the mind gets lazy, the mind gets fatigued. So, LeBron, you can't be doing this. It's only game 4. You have a lot of the core players that you've had last year. You added some new pieces with Torian Prince, who I like. He's a great fit. He's going to be very effective. But then I also see people like Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura taking the back seat because of the rotations, which comes back to the coach once again because he's playing too many players. He's playing 10 deep. Get a solid rotation and don't stick to the same rotation every game. See what's working and who ain't effective. Keep them out the game and put in and keep those that are in that are effective. Keep playing them until they're no longer effective. I mean, these are just common things that anybody with a smidget of basketball IQ would know. But yeah, LeBron, your turnovers are unacceptable, my man. Year 21 or not, you're supposed to be the basketball savant, the highest of the highest IQ, but you're having a lot of unforced turnovers. Turnovers that you don't need to make. You're throwing the ball down court to D'Angelo Russell, and it's at the wrong time of the game. You want to make those passes, make them in the beginning of the game, not down the stretch when you're trying to win the game. Those are passes that you simply do not make. But that also can come back to coaching because the coach is not aware. He's just like, oh, I'm just watching the game. And as we're down by 20. I think I should call a timeout now. So, in my opinion, if the Los Angeles Lakers want to actually win a championship this year, if Darvin Ham doesn't improve his rotations and implement some type of offensive schemes, it doesn't matter the numbers that LeBron James and Anthony Davis put up. It's still not going to be enough because a lot of these stats, unfortunately, aren't impacting them winning. Now, I'm not calling them stat patterns, but that's exactly what it's looking like. LeBron the other night was at 27 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, but he also had 8 turnovers. Anthony Davis had like 30 something and 13. This I think was against the Kings. And they lost. And they lost that game in overtime where De'Aaron Fox, De'Aaron Fox didn't play in the overtime. And Sabonis wasn't in the game for quite a long time. And you guys still lose? Come on. No excuses. Need better execution, better coaching, better rotation. And can y'all implement some type of offensive schemes? Because it's just like, all right, you do your thing now. I'm gonna do my thing now. I'm gonna just kick it open to the open shooter. That's not offense. That's just playing to get stats and get people involved. You have to run offense with a purpose. You have to have movement because when there's no movement on the offense, the defense is able to relax, and then they have a lot of energy that they're going to burn right through you, and you're not going to be able to keep up, particularly these younger teams. That's why you guys almost lost to the Orlando Magic. But the Orlando Magic are very young, so they still don't know how to win games. They will lose games because, like I said, experience comes into play when it comes to winning these close ball games, in which this game should have not been close at all. Remember, there's a time in the second period where the Lakers were up by 8 and had a chance to go up double digits and basically solidify the lead for the rest of the game. But what happens? Unforced turnover over and over again. And then defensive lapses, leaving people wide open. Like, this is the NBA. Why are you leaving people wide open for shots? You know that everybody pretty much wants to shoot threes now. I don't get it. It's not rocket science. They can fix those things, then they have a chance to win the championship. But it really starts with the coaching and then AD being more consistent and LeBron James not forcing stuff, particularly towards the end of the game. I know you want to get your teammates involved, but don't be doing these unforced turnovers because 4.5 turnovers per game through the first 4 games isn't a good look, my man. You guys could have started 0-4. You got lucky. Got lucky that Phoenix didn't have one of their other stars playing, and it was just Durant, and you guys still had a problem beating them already. So come on, man, get it together. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think that the Los Angeles Lakers are not going to win the championship, and they may lose in the first or second round unless those things changes. I just gave Darvin Ham some bulletproof material that he could focus on to become a better coach. I've never coached any level in my life, but I know the game of basketball. He doesn't even know when to call timeouts. He doesn't know how to rotate his players. He doesn't know how to keep the hot hand in. He doesn't see how certain lineups work well together against certain opponents. In the playoffs last year, he made zero adjustments until the second half of game 4, and they got swept. So it's like, come on, y'all. And now with James Harden going to the Clippers, it's just like another team that is above the Lakers. Whether you agree with that or not, James Harden led the league in assists last year, so he's at least going to get easier baskets for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Now, of course, every year, injuries always play a factor, but, we're speaking as if everybody's healthy, the Lakers are going to have a hard time getting out the first round, particularly because they're losing games already early in the season, games that they should be winning, so they don't fall back in the standings and have to spend the rest of the season trying to climb up to get back into the playoff picture. But I don't see that happen because right now, in my opinion, the Lakers ownership too is at fault as well. Jeannie Buss, I don't know who's in your ear, but you need to get that voice that's in your ear replaced with somebody who has just basic common basketball knowledge. Darvin Ham, you are looking terrible, my man. You need to start learning your players more, what lineups work well together. And, Austin Reeves is 1 for 12. He should not be back in the game, particularly when he's not playing defense either. D'Angelo Russell, another inconsistent player. So, I don't know if you guys can move any of these players, but the addition that I do like is Taurean Prince. Christian Wood, he's great on the offense, not so much on the defense. And also, I think it's Jackson Hayes that they got from the Pelicans. It's also a great addition. But with these additions, it can, affect the other rotational players that you had from last year, like a Rui Hachimura and also Austin Reeves. And Austin Reeves is being keyed in more now because of the good season that he had last year. So, but I think Austin Reeves is not going to get that much better. He'll get better at what he already does, but as far as adding more dimensions to his game, well, only time will tell. But yeah, I do not see the Lakers winning another championship in the LeBron James era, unfortunately. But that's just the nature of it, right? When people are in positions and don't know what they're doing, this is the result. Hit that like and subscribe button if you love what you heard. I got plenty more content coming. Plan to hit 10K subscribers. And when I do, it'll be a big announcement. And I appreciate everybody that tunes in. Lakers, you need to get it together. Hit that subscribe button. It's your man Oski Nudadon. And I'm out. Peace and one love.